This is the stock dual chamber Traxxas pipe. Stock stinger. This is the most torque I've felt so far with this truck. It's a little warmer out today than it was yesterday. Yeah, it runs hot. It definitely doesn't make as much power up top, but it's got good mid-range. Definitely not slow at all. Yeah, it does not scream up top at all. See, it makes more mid-range. And that's where it stays. Yeah. I reach into a little bit more. Oh, it's an empty tank. Oh, wow. That takes a lot more fuel. Jesus. Was not expecting that. Yeah. I'd have to lean it out, make it a little faster. Yeah, so it needs to run. Yeah, you got to run it hot. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't want to spend too much time with the tune. It needs probably a little bit leaner low. But anyways, initial impressions of this particular pipe. Stock, what is this, 5493 dual chamber. It's just like the OEM 2.5 blue pipe. It's just that this one is polished, and this is what comes with the 3.3s. It makes more torque on the bottom end than any other combo that I've tried. So that's ERCM, the Dynamite Platinum, and the Phantom. But it makes its power all in the low to mid range. So this is a great pipe for wheelies. I bet you this could wheelie on its own if I really spent a little bit more time tuning it. But up top you can hear that it doesn't scream anywhere near as good as the other pipes. Do have to run it a little hotter or a little bit leaner just for it to get some RPMs. So it is being choked up top. It runs, I would say, for temperature wise, it needs to be like the Dynamite Platinum. It needs to be running fairly hot to get the RPMs high. So that's the sacrifice. And then the fuel, well, I felt like it definitely is drinking a little bit more fuel, I feel like, than the other three pipes. So now what I'll do is I will come back, I will put the blue pipe on, because the blue pipe is already drilled out, and it's drilled out by I think 1.3 millimeters. I'll have the pictures up with the caliper, but we're going to try that and see what kind of difference there might be. Yeah, that's still. That thing screams too, man. Not as much up top, but I think that's enough now. That was a pretty good rip. This thing's got some good low end torque. Yep. Gas is still up here. It's really good. Definitely heat soaked. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Idle's definitely too high. There we go. This pipe makes good power. Definitely louder with the stinger drilled out. Yeah, that definitely that's fun. Yeah, there it goes. Alright guys, so this is going to be the review of the dual chamber stock Traxxas pipe with a drilled out stinger. So this stinger, from my understanding, is drilled out to 6.3 millimeter, and the stock one I think is around 5. I'll have the pictures to compare here. But yeah, this thing screams a lot more up top. It definitely hits some good RPMs. It didn't lose any low end power whatsoever. It probably enhanced the low end responsiveness even more drilling this thing out. So I'd say it's a huge win to drill that out. It helps make more power all over the place. It seems a little bit more sensitive to tune versus like the phantom pipe when it comes to getting the low right and the idle correct, but that might just be because it's hotter today, I don't know. But yep, if I had to run a Traxxas pipe in the dual chamber setup, I would definitely drill it out. You guys can see the power is like, I mean, I have it's not a world of a difference from the phantom pipe and the ERCM pipe. I mean, it screams just as loud, it shifts just as fast. It just makes its power in a different way, so it makes its power more immediately right when you get on the throttle versus waiting and then it hits like, you know, a typical two-stroke. But really impressed, honestly, very impressed. So the next video is going to be the stock untouched Stinger single chamber pipe that is, you know, something that can be purchased from Traxxas. So we'll see what this single chamber can do. Alright guys, this is the single chamber stock Stinger. Initial impression, it makes just a little bit less power on the bottom end than the drilled out dual chamber pipe, but it makes good top end. So it makes pretty much equal top end as the drilled out dual chamber Stinger. However, it makes a little bit less power on the bottom end than the drilled out dual chamber. It definitely makes more power than the dual chamber untouched Stinger. So if you put both side by side, both untouched, this single chamber makes more power. But if you drill out the Stinger on the dual chamber, they're more or less equal. The dual chamber drilled out Stinger makes more on the bottom end, just a little bit. It also sounds really nice. It's loud. You can see that it has a little bit of trouble on the bottom end. Definitely screams up top. surprised, dude. That's a stock Traxxas pipe. Let's give it some cool down a little bit. Still makes good bottom range, but that Traxxas dual chamber with the stinger drilled is tank's almost empty. Alright guys, this is the drilled out stinger single chamber. So drilled out stinger, single chamber. Seems like there's just more power everywhere. It does not look like there's less bottom end, so that's good. I also am missing a bolt on this head, so it's leaking a little bit, and that might be why it's having trouble with the idle. But yeah, this particular bolt over here stripped out on the head. Luckily they're super small, so I'll be able to rethread it with a 3mm and should be good. But I want to get this test done, so we're gonna get it done. It sounds really good too. Oh yeah. Dude, it screams a lot better up top. Yep, this pipe is better than the platinum. It makes better bottom end and it makes better top end. And it sounds really good. It sounds more like the Phantom pipe. Yeah. You guys can see it's leaking from the top right there. Yeah. No, it's not sealed up all the way. Yep, this thing is real good. It's got so much bottom end now too. Dang, man. Well, that calls it for the night. So, might as well talk about it right here. Yeah, I don't want it to suck anything else, but that was fun. It's just dying because it's not fully sealed on the top anymore, with it missing a bolt. But this setup is really nice. It's definitely better than the Platinum Dynamite, no doubt, and it's probably equal to the Phantom. I mean, maybe not in fuel economy. I think this doesn't do as good with the fuel economy, but the throttle response and everything is really good. I mean, it screams. Maybe it doesn't scream as much up top, but man, it's just negligible. This setup is a great setup, especially since we can still buy it. You know, it's still in the market, so we're not really missing out that much, in my opinion, not having all the aftermarket pipes that we once had. But single chamber drilled out to 6 millimeters with the with the OS header. So yeah, it's a great setup. It screams. Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison. So out of all the 4 combos, the drilled out single chamber is the one that screams the most. There might be a little bit less bottom end, but man, the top end is just so much better than the dual chamber drilled out.